play with your life. Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I had
Coach from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. First and 10. Day. It's caught. Tompkins. He's at the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. On first down, Day. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run with Redland. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Flex round! Flex round!
Operating from the gun, Day. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Ridley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Anthony in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, Day. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. On third down, Day. Looking middle, and that's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Powers through. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Day. And this is incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
To throw on 3rd down. Day. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now on first down, Drake again. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on first down. Holt finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Off the play fake. Holt. They'll roll him out right. Fighting to stay upright. And this will be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down. Holt. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Over! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
On 1st and 10, Holt. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Drake. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Off-play action. Holt going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. In for the score. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On 1st down, Drake. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Looking to throw. Holt. That'll go as a loss of 5. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Holt, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. And Myers able to knock it through, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded at the 8. A nice little juke. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it.
They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's the backup lock. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! Ohio!
Back to throw. Day under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Day escapes the sack. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. On 1st down, Holt eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw on second down. Holt being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Kendricks in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Watch it now, Barney.
On third down, Holt. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing to start the drive. Day. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What? None. What? None.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Day. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Day. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A pitch out to Drake. Fighting down past the 45. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Holt. He sets to fire deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Day. The kidder here, it's complete. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Off the play fake. Day. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round!
Operating from the gun. Day. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Be right. 12. One day, 53.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Now a hit and locked. Lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Off play action. Holt steps away to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing on first down. Holt, powerful running. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10. Holt. That is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Holt. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Holt. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Flex round! Flex round!
The final shot before break. Day. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Operating from the gun, Holt escaping the pressure right, and he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Holt flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
This is taken at the 23. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to the ground. It's Ridley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This is Ridley. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing to start the drive. Holt. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
From the gun, Holt. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
To throw on 3rd down. Day. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. Play action. Day. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 3, we got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Flex round, flex round. Flex round, flex round.
To throw again. Day. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Day. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start the drive with Dre. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Off the play fake. Holt. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
The Dolphins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Operating from the gun. Holt. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at about the 28. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Play action. Day. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, Day. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut! Ohio! Ohio! Hut!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake. Day. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Day. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Throwing on first down. Holt. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and 2, Holt. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
A beautiful fake. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. Point after, right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Right back to Drake. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch it now, Barney!
Back to throw. Holt. Dancing to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. Holt. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And here a juke. And now running right through it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! 13, flex round! Flex round!
Throwing again. Day. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw on second down. Day. And he rifles one incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt. And it's third down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Colts on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Day. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, a touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, Day. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, My replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Day throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And this one is right through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Holt. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another game like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff for Drake. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Dolphins on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Slips past him. Where'd he go? Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Miami, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Colts, despite the loss here, they're going to wind up with a very good 11-5 overall mark. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.